It's time to update my UFC pound for pound rankings. I posted this video like a week ago, like an idiot, because UFC 317 was right around the corner, but I still decided to post it. It's time to update it because Ilia Topuria is an absolute demon. Shout out Alex Pantoja, that dude's a dog as well. So I think it's time to update this list. This is the correct list. This is the perfect list. Let's jump right into it. At number 15, I have Arman Tsarukyan. I think his last two wins are a little bit overrated. A little bit overrated. Now, I'm not gonna crap on the dude. Fantastic fighter, but the Beneil Dariush win, I'm not too sure. Did knock him out in the first round. You really can't get much better than that, but I would have liked to see a deeper resume. His resume is solid, but I don't know. And we saw what Topuria did to Charles Oliveira this weekend. We saw what he did. And Arman had a close fight, split decision. Charles almost choked this dude out multiple times. And I hear Arman Tsarukyan on social media saying, "Oh, I'm gonna ragdoll Ilia. He's only good at boxing." My guy. I don't wanna, crap on you. Fantastic fighter, but Arman Tsarukyan, Ilia Topuria is the guy that reversed a takedown on Charles Oliveira, passed Charles Oliveira's guard in the first round when they were dry, when nobody was hurt. Ilia passed his guard, got into side control, and then got Charles into crucifix position. I'm just saying, I mean, if you're going into a fight with Ilia Topuria and you think he's only good at boxing, sheesh, man, you're ending up on the resume. But Arman, fantastic fighter, number one contender. He deserves to be on this list. Number 14. Now you're going to be wondering, why the hell does Sean Brady have this blurry-ass picture on my screen? I'm asking the same question. Yo, Google, ESPN, UFC, why does this man not have a pretty picture like the rest of these guys? Pause, that sounded weird. I don't care. I mean, what are we doing? This dude's the number one contender in the welterweight division, and he doesn't have a nice PNG picture for him? Figure it out, man. Figure it out. But Sean Brady, I think he's underrated. I think Sean Brady is really underrated. That Leon performance was incredible. Beat him up, ragdoll him, and then he finished him. He's a top 5 offensive grappler, in my opinion, in the UFC right now, and he's improving at such a fast rate. I mean, you can look at the Belal Muhammad performance. Bad. Not good. Yuck. But since then, the dude's been on an absolute tear. He's improving so much. He's so dominant and heavy on the ground and in top position. I think Sean Brady's really good. That Leon Edwards performance is huge for him, so I had to crack him into the top 15 because, as I said, that Leon performance was nice, fellas. That Leon performance was really, really nice. Let's move on. Number 13, I have Belal Muhammad. Can't put Sean Brady above him yet. Because Belal did finish him. Belal finished him. That's quite the accomplishment. Yeah, he got kind of destroyed by JDM. I don't know why he went out there thinking he was Canelo Alvarez. You're not. Didn't shoot a takedown. Really poor performance from Belal, but his resume before losing to Jack Della Maddalena was very good. Leon Edwards and a bunch of other guys before he even got his title shot. So can't disrespect Belal too much, but I'm not too sure if he's ever going to become champion again. Not too sure. Next up, 12, Max Holloway. I'm going to make a take here. I think that Max Holloway, like dead ass, not even beating around the bush. I don't even know that's not the saying, but whatever. Max Holloway would be literally a top three UFC fighter of all time if Volk and Holloway, or Volk, yes, obviously Holloway's existing. If Volk and Topuria didn't exist, this dude would have ran through featherweight, ran through lightweight. Dustin Poirier, I don't know, but like, he would have just destroyed everybody at featherweight, like in dominant fashion. If Topuria and Volk weren't alive, this dude would have one of the craziest dominant title runs ever, because outside of those two guys, he's destroying everybody. So I gotta give my praise to Max Holloway. He's still gotta be on this list. One of the best non-champions still in the UFC. And I'm still indecisive on that Dustin Poirier fight. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below of that fight. Who do you think's gonna win? Because I'm kind of indecisive. I don't really know who's going to win. It's even money, I think, right now. So it really is anybody's fight. If I had to choose one, I don't know. I'm going to go Max Holloway, I think. That's an early prediction, even though the fight's in like a week. Khamzat Chimaev, number 11. I love Khamzat Chimaev. I think he is still somewhat underrated. I think he's a top 2 offensive grappler in UFC history. Him and Khabib Nurmagomedov are on that top echelon, and then everybody's kind of below him. Controlled and kind of dominated Usman in that first round, even though I do think that fight was a draw, actually. I think Usman won the last 2 rounds, but we're not going to talk about it. I feel like after that fight, Khamzat got healthy, natural weight class, 185. I think the Khamzat we're going to see now and against Dricus du Plessis in August is going to be the next, or the best Khamzat Chimaev, the best Khamzat Chimaev we're going to see. And we can't forget about the Whitaker performance. We can't forget about it. That Whitaker performance is elite. You couldn't have gone much better. Now, I do think Whitaker, I mean, I feel like the hardcores, man, they're like, Whitaker, most well-rounded middleweight ever. And I love Whitaker, but I think he's a little bit overrated, but you still got to look at that performance and be in awe, man. Like that is a little bit ridiculous what Khamzat did to Whitaker, broke his jaw, pushed his teeth back into his face, but man, I think Khamzat's going to beat DDP too. I think he's going to submit him in the first round. I really don't think anybody's going to be able to really handle the welterweight skill set at middleweight. Khamzat Chimaev's different level. And if he beats DDP, he's going to be in like the top, I'd say maybe like 5 to 6 range on the pound for pound list, in my opinion. Let's move into the top 10. At number 10, I have the highest non-champion in Alex Pereira. Got to show my respect to Alex. 2-division champion, solid resume. Yuri Prochazka twice, Jamal Hill, Israel Adesanya's, Sean Strickland's. Conquered 2 divisions. Only lost 1 fight to a really good fighter in Magomed Ankalaev. So I don't really think you could put Alex Pereira any lower. What non-champions can you put higher than Alex? I'm not too sure. And thinking back to the overall top 15, shout out Joshua Van. That man's an absolute dog. Dude, Joshua Van is a dog. I was about to throw him at the 15 position, but I had to wait. But my God, Joshua Van's like my favorite flyweight ever. How could he not be? The dude's a dog. Number 9, Jack Della Maddalena. Lowest champion, but for good reason. Beat Bilal Muhammad, who wasn't a super dominant, long-time reigning champion. So I can't put JDM any higher. Skill set is not as good as the guys in like the top 7-ish. And his resume isn't crazy outside of Bilal Muhammad. Beat Gilbert Burns, good win. Was probably losing that fight, though, to Gilbert Burns in 2025. An older Gilbert Burns. And then went to split decision with Kevin Holland. We're not going to talk about it. I think number 9 is a perfect spot for JDM. Not too high, not too low. Good spot. Let's move on to number 8. We have Magomed Ankalaev. The reason he's above Jack Della Maddalena is because he's more well-rounded than JDM. He's more well-rounded. Maybe he doesn't have the submission game JDM has. I think JDM's submission game is a little bit underrated, but his resume is a little bit nicer. Beat Alex Pereira, who's the better champion than Bilal. Has wins over Rakic, who Rakic should be good. Let's not beat around the bush here. Rakic should be good. The dude's really, really skilled for light heavyweight. He's an athlete. He's fast. His low kicks are gross. Why does he not win fights? Why does Rakic not win fights? So I think Magomed Ankalaev's resume is pretty solid. The Johnny Walker knockout, it's good, and he's probably going to dominate light heavyweight for a really long time. Yuri Prochazka, please save us. Yuri Prochazka, please save us. Yuri Prochazka, please save us. Let's move on to number 7, the guy, Alexander Volkanovski. Now, you could put Volk a little bit higher. You could put Volk higher. One of the most skilled fighters of all time. And he's probably in my top 4-ish all time. I still have to make that video. That will come out soon. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys want to see that video. I'm excited to make that. But Volkanovski could be higher, but lost recently to Islam, to Topuria in brutal fashion, so I don't want to put him too high. But the Diego Lopez win is really nice. He controlled that Diego Lopez fight. And you can make the argument that Volkanovski should be in the top 5 of this list because he only lost to the 2 best fighters in the world in Ilia and Islam. So I understand that argument. Excuse me. I understand that argument. I get where you're coming from. But in my opinion, even though he's champion, even though he's an all-time great, I want to see him win another fight or 2 before I could put him inside the top 5 to 3, if that makes sense. So I think Volkanovski at 7 is a fair ranking. Next up, we're inside the top 6, Tom Aspinall. This dude's cleared out so many top 10 fighters already. Pavlovich, Blades, Spivak. I'm missing guys. Volkov. Who am I missing? I'm missing somebody, but whatever. Tom Aspinall is the most skilled heavyweight we've ever seen, pretty easily. I think he's going to go down as the heavyweight GOAT. He's running through everybody, knocking them out in the first round. There's really no critiques you could have with Tom Aspinall. My nose is itchy, goddamn. There's no real critiques you could have with Tom Aspinall when placing him at 6 on a pound-for-pound list. He has the skill. He has the resume. John Jones ducked him. He's finishing guys. You can't hate Tom Aspinall. This dude is a perfect heavyweight champion to have in the UFC. Big fan of Tom Aspinall. He is inside my top 6. Moving on to the top 5. I think this is a very fair list, and to be honest, I think this is the correct list. At number 5, I have Dricus du Plessis. Yeah, if this dude beats Khamzat Chimaev, he might be the middleweight GOAT, because at that point, the resume is a little bit ridiculous. You got Whitaker by finish. You got Darren Till, Derek Brunson, Israel Adesanya by finish. Sean Strickland twice. Add on top Khamzat Chimaev, probably by finish. Yeah, I'm putting him higher than Anderson Silva. Because when I make an all-time list, I value resume more than anything. Because sure, you could be the most technical, crisp, you could be the most skillful fighter in the world, but if you're winning fights, it really does not matter. It does not matter. Dricus could look like the biggest pile of crap ever, but if he's winning fights, who cares? So, oh my God, my nose. Damn, just chop it off. Dricus is really good. The resume is there. Still a well-rounded fighter. Has beaten all-time greats. I think you got to give your praise to Dricus du Plessis. He is going to crack my top 5. Let's move on to the top 4. At 4, I have Alex Pereira. He's been sitting here for quite a while on my pound-for-pound list. He's definitely top 5. I mean, before 317, the people, I don't know who you are. I don't. But these guys had Pantoja at like 9, 10, 11 on the pound-for-pound list. Are you out of your damn mind? This dude is lapping like a track around and around and around. The flyweight division, the Morenos, the Kai Francis, the Ursegs, everybody. The Van fight's going to be incredible. He's a well-rounded fighter, a top maybe 3 chain wrestler and grappler in the UFC. The way he dominated Kai France was absolutely beautiful. And I love he's finally getting his respect, because I think this is where he is on the pound-for-pound list right now. So people are finally coming around to Pantoja. You can't ask for a better flyweight champion. The dude gets finishes. He gets into wars. He's a dog. You can't hate on Alexandre Pantoja. You really can't, even though it's Joshua Van 2026. That's what it is, but I'm a big fan of Pantoja. Let's move on to the top 3. At 3, I have Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili. This dude's the bantamweight GOAT. His resume is ridiculous. Petr Yan, domination. Jose Aldo, Umar Nurmagomedov, Sean O'Malley twice. The most recent fight being in a more dominant fashion, and he finished Sean O'Malley. That's only happened one other time in his career, and it was against Chito Vera, which was like a fluke fight. So he's also beaten Henry Cejudo. I think Merab is really good. He's really just unbeatable. Bantamweight GOAT. The cardio is stupid. This dude was like created in a lab, bro. Created in a lab or dropped down from like a UFO, because this shit is not real. This is genuinely not like, I gotta lower my voice when I talk about Merab, because this isn't real. This is creepy, man, what he's doing in an octagon. So Merab's gotta be, I think he's gotta be 3. I don't think you could put Pantoja above him, because I like Merab's resume a little bit more. He's doing it in more dominant fashion, and the bantamweight division is so damn stacked. So I got to put Merab at 3. This is where it gets juicy. We all know who's the top 2 fighters. It's Islam Makhachev and it's Ilia Topuria. But who am I going to have 1 and 2? Drop it in the comments. I want to know. Pause the video, and I want to know who you think. But as I said in multiple videos in the past, I have elite MMA knowledge. So at number 2, I have Islam Makhachev. I think the guy above Islam is more skilled. I think he is a bigger finishing threat, and I like what he's doing in the octagon a little bit more than Islam. I think he's more technical. I think he's more skilled. But Islam, I mean, it's Islam. These guys might be the two most skilled fighters in UFC history. Like, if they ever fight, Ilia and Islam, the winner of that fight could genuinely be the GOAT of the sport. Because if Ilia wins and adds Islam to his resume, I'm calling him the GOAT. I don't care. I'm calling him the GOAT. If he's up at 170 and he beats him and becomes triple champion, no doubt about it. But even at 155, if he knocks out Islam in like the first round, I'm calling him the GOAT. John Jones, pack your bags, go to like, I don't even know. Go to Cancun. I don't care. And if Islam wins, if Islam adds a JDM on his resume at welterweight and Ilia Topuria, yeah, you can't really deny that, because those are like all-time wins. The Charles Oliveira's, the Dustin Poiriers, the Volkanovskis twice, the Jack Della Maddalenas, the JDMs, and the Ilia Topurias. Yeah, John Jones doesn't have that resume. Nobody has that resume. But the reason, as I said, Ilia is above him, because I like the skill set a little bit more. I like the finishing threat. And I like how dominant Ilia is. I think he's a little bit more dominant than Islam, but you could put Islam 1. It's not a big deal. And Ilia also conquered 2 divisions. Even though Islam is not at 155 anymore, Ilia conquered 2 divisions. Now, if Islam goes and beats JDM, I'll probably put him 1. So it's really just timing. It's honestly timing at this point. And yeah, Ilia 1. I've been saying this. If you're not tapped into my TikTok, I've been making content about MMA for like 3 years on there. So the link will be in the description. So go down there if you like short form content. I've been saying this about Ilia since like the Bryce Mitchell fight, that like he's gonna destroy this division, and that's what he did. I think he's the most skilled fighter ever, because he's having the best peak we've ever seen. And when you really like visualize it and let it sink in, the names that he's beating in this fashion, the Charles Oliveira's, the Max Holloways, the Alexander Volkanovskis, he is doing this with such confidence and such swagger. Like, to do that to Charles Oliveira is insane. The fight lasted like 3 minutes, and you can't be more impressed with what Ilia did. He out-grappled a fresh, dry Charles Oliveira. That sounds crazy, but he did that. He out-grappled him, and then he stood him back up and then just knocked him out cold. So I truly think Ilia Topuria is the most skilled fighter in UFC history, and I think that take is going to marinate. Let me know what you guys think in the description down below, Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like, subscribe for frequent UFC content. I want to be active on here. Shout out Bucky Irving. Peace out.